Dr. Anthony, in your opinion, how is the definition of what it means to be an Arab changing in light of the recent Arab Spring?
Well, I'm not an Arab, so it's not the best question to ask me, but I live and work with many over the years. It depends. From one person to the next, the answer to your question would be slightly different. If it's a young person who feels the enthusiasm and the excitement of having been part of history to overthrow the government in Tunisia and overthrow the government in Egypt, of course they would feel exhilarated that their effort produced a reward. But there would be older Arabs, maybe those past 60 or 70, who've run out of gas, and they think that the youth are too emotional and too irresponsible and are not considerate of laws and institutions and beliefs and practices. So an older Arab may think, no, this is excessive. Surely there has to be another way. There would be business people who may have lost all of their business. Maybe in a place like Tunisia or Cairo, their whole business is tourism, and maybe all the tourists have stopped coming. They probably would be sad and angry, so that view would be quite different. Those who are into education and media would think that they would be quite exciting, because they know that their students are going to be full of questions, and that they would have an opportunity to dig deep and be a better teacher than they were before something like this happened. So that's about 5 right there. If you're a soldier, of course you're worried about protecting your country, you're protecting your people. Some soldiers in a place like Egypt, almost every family has somebody connected with the military. So there's an element that the military thus far has helped more than it has hurt. It has facilitated meeting the demands of the protesters rather than brutally repressing them. That's speculation on my side, though. I really don't know what I'm talking about on the military, because I haven't been to Egypt since all of this began. I've lived there before, worked there before, lived and worked in Tunisia. And I know in Tunisia and Egypt, the youth who don't have jobs, this is a heartbreaker. I mean, if you don't have employment, where's your self-dignity? Where's your self-esteem? Where's your sense of self-worth? And if you want to get married, how can you do that if you don't have your own source of income? Of course, you can live with your parents, your relatives, your friends, but forever? I mean, you could do that for a time, but not for your life. So the anger, the disappointment, the devastation would be severe for a young person who has no job. And then if you add corruption to that knowledge, that those who were elected, those who are in a position of public trust, are abusing that position of responsibility, and they're enriching themselves, no one could not be not angry at something like that.
But do you think without the Egyptian military, perhaps the Egyptian revolution could have taken a different path?
Without them, well, that's almost not a very viable hypothetical question, because every country has a military. So that's not a realistic question.
Without its presence, that Egypt would be Egypt without its military. It wouldn't be Egypt where it is right now.
Oh, that's for sure. But if truth be known, the Egyptian military has been in the background from the beginning, from 1952 in Nasserstown, and through Sadat, and through Mubarak, and now. And the likelihood is that they will remain heavily involved. Perhaps the single most important actor or player involved, because in the beginning they didn't have all of these industries, all of these financial rewards, all of these material benefits. Not in the 50s they didn't. Starting in the 60s they did. And so when a person has benefits, privileges, bonuses, advantages, most people don't want to give them up, and they will fight to keep them. We say even a thief has this logic. The thief wants to keep what the thief takes. And if the thief can blame the victim, well, why not?
For a student aspiring to work for the U.S. interests in the Middle East and the Arab region, what are some of the critical things that they should keep in mind, they should always know, have with them?
An understanding of Islam is, it would be a core one, just as people coming from other continents and countries, if they came to the United States and they didn't have an understanding of Christianity or Judaism or the basic attributes, character of Americans, they would have a massive culture shock and they wouldn't be able to navigate very well. And many people in a conversation may walk away from them because they'd say, gee, wait, you know nothing about us. Why are you here? So the basics of Arab culture and Islam, those would have to be higher on the list. But the most liberating one and educating one is to go to the region, travel in it, live in it, work in it. It's a quite different world than what you think from books or movies. There are more than 400 movies that Hollywood has made of Arabs and Muslims. All of them are negative. All of them paint a picture of Arabs as dirty, as backward, as dangerous, as untrustworthy, as insecure. Yeah. I mean, all 400. There's a book that annotates all 400 of them. It's by a professor named Jack Shaheen, Shaheen, and it's called Real Bad Arabs, like movie reel. Real, or E-E-L. Real. When you take a film in the projector, it's got a movie, a film, Real. So his book is called Real Bad Arabs, and he annotates all 400 of the films.
Wow.
It's disgusting, it is. As a boy growing up, I'm a little older than you, a couple of years maybe, all we saw were cowboy and Indian movies. And the Indians were always the bad people, and the cowboys were always, that was sick. But what did we know? We were 12, 13, 14. We were cheering for the cowboys. We should have been cheering for the Indians.